Welcome to Factful Finance. Today, we're diving into one of the most important aspects of financial growth: how to build a strong financial foundation before you start investing. But before we get to the numbers and strategies, think about this. Did you know that nearly half of American adults don't have enough savings to cover a $400 emergency? That's a shocking statistic. The good news is that by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to avoid being part of that group and set yourself up for success when you do start investing. Now, before we jump in, let me make it clear that this content is for educational purposes only. I always recommend consulting with a financial professional for personalized guidance. Let's get started. Building a solid financial foundation isn't just about having money in the bank. It's about setting the right financial habits that allow you to take on opportunities like investing. You don't want to jump into the stock market or real estate if you're not financially stable, because trust me, it's not going to work in your favor. So what does it actually take to build that foundation? Step 1. Pay off high-interest debt. First things first, if you're carrying high-interest debt, like credit card balances, you need to tackle that before you even think about putting your money into investments. Here's why. The interest on that debt can often be higher than the return you'd get from investing. For example, if you have a credit card balance with an interest rate of 18%, and you invest in the stock market with an average return of 7 to 10% per year, you're essentially losing money. Pay off that debt, and you'll immediately free up more money for savings and investments. Meet Lucas. Lucas was carrying a $5,000 credit card balance, and each month, the interest charges kept him from getting ahead. He decided to prioritize paying off his debt using the debt avalanche method, paying off the highest interest balance first. In 6 months, Lucas was debt-free and could then focus on building up his emergency fund and investing. Step 2. Build your emergency fund. Imagine this. You lose your job, or you have an unexpected medical expense. If you don't have an emergency fund, the financial strain could push you to take on more debt or even derail your investment plans. An emergency fund is a non-negotiable part of your financial foundation. Experts recommend saving enough to cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This ensures that you can weather any financial storms without derailing your progress. Olivia's story is a great example. She had always been good about saving, but once she set a goal to build a fully funded emergency fund, she was able to relax during a rough patch when her hours were cut back at work. Her financial cushion allowed her to stay calm and stay focused on her long-term goals. Step 3. Start saving for retirement. I know what you're thinking. I'm not ready to invest yet. Why should I worry about retirement? But hear me out. The earlier you start saving for retirement, the better. If you're in your 20s or 30s, time is your best friend. The power of compound interest means that small, consistent contributions to retirement accounts, like a 401k or an IRA, can grow exponentially over the years. Starting now gives you more time for your money to work for you. Benjamin, who's in his early 30s, started contributing to his employer's 401k the moment he got his first job out of college. He didn't have a lot to contribute at first, but over the years, his contributions grew, and now he's well on his way to a comfortable retirement without having to play catch-up in his 40s or 50s. Step 4. Get your financial house in order. This means setting up a budget, understanding your spending habits, and tracking your financial goals. Financial success doesn't happen overnight, but if you develop good habits and hold yourself accountable, you'll see progress. A solid budget is your blueprint, and tools like budgeting apps or spreadsheets can help you stay on track. There's no shame in starting simple. Just get into the habit of reviewing your income and expenses. Elijah, for example, took a hard look at his spending habits and realized that he was spending way too much on dining out and subscriptions he didn't even use. By cutting back on those expenses and putting the extra money into savings, Elijah was able to set himself up for financial success. Step 5. Understand your risk tolerance. Once you've got your financial foundation set, it's time to think about your investment strategy. But before you even start, you need to understand your risk tolerance. Are you comfortable with the idea that your investments might lose value temporarily? Or do you prefer more conservative options? Knowing this will help you choose the right types of investments down the line. Experts recommend starting with low-risk investments if you're new to investing and building up your confidence over time. As you become more familiar with the market, you can begin to diversify your portfolio and take on higher risk opportunities that offer greater returns. Now, let's be real for a second. If you follow these steps, you won't be an overnight millionaire, but you'll be setting yourself up for long-term financial security and success. And that's the key. It's not about instant gratification. It's about building wealth over time. Before we wrap up, what's your biggest financial goal for this year? Share it with us in the comments. I'd love to hear about your progress. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss out on future tips to supercharge your financial journey. We think you'll enjoy the video we've got coming up next. It'll definitely help with your financial goals. Thanks for joining us here on Factful Finance. Take action now and start building that foundation. You've got this.